Welcome back to week 3 of the Summer Intern podcast. Today I have with me
Miller Gross.
And Miller. What are you interning? What is your core position?
My position is community engagement, where I just the main parts of my role are reaching out to the community by like evangelizing and also planning random church events.
Cool. All right. The way a lot of this podcast has gone is I'll start with a couple questions that are just kind of silly, get to know you questions, and then they'll progressively get to a little bit more like theological. So, First question I have, because I just found out you're a swimmer, if you had to be a singular sea creature, what kind or what animal would you be in the ocean?
I don't know, shark's kind of cool because then like you can swim fast, but also you don't have to like a predator that's gonna eat you. It's like you're chill.
That's fair. That's a good answer. Kind of at the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I like that. Also, another question, not to do with fish at all. If you had to give yourself, because you're a recent grad, right?
Yes.
If you had to give yourself a youth group nickname, or if you had a youth group nickname, what was it and why?
A lot of people call me Mills.
Okay.
Or Mill. There's a bunch of random like unconnected people all call me that. Like people who don't know each other. Yeah, just call me that.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any? Is it just because it was short?
Yeah, just people just started calling me that for no reason. It just happened one day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Good to know, Mills. All right. We're gonna step it up just a little bit of a notch. What made you want to take the summer internship to begin with?
I felt called just to be more involved in this church because I like started coming to this church like consistently about 9 months ago, and throughout that time I've gotten more into the church by being a leader for a youth group. So then I felt like the next step for that would be becoming a summer intern.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Thanks for sharing. Let's see. What and this is, we're pretty early on still into the internship, but what has been kind of a typical day of the internship? Like, what have you done so far in terms of on Monday when you guys kind of do your assignments?
On Monday, me and Zach meet before the actual workday starts, and we discuss this book called Questioning Evangelism, and it explains to you how, it explains this guy's story of how he learned the best way to evangelize by just asking people questions. Like it's not like shoving Jesus in their face, but asking them what they believe, and then leading to that to being a normal conversation, not as like a one-sided conversation of you just shoving it in their face.
Yeah.
And then normal work day after our Bible study, I meet again with Zach. We discuss last time we discussed where to evangelize around here. And then also more in depth of how, like he explained, because he led a class as well on that, and so he explained his main points from that class. So a lot of it is just learning how to evangelize.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. And then our last question, this one's a little bit deeper. Is there a particular like passage or book of the Bible that you've been going through, and what's something that you've learned from it?
I've been going through Romans because during the school year, me and Blake were covering a book called The Walk, and that was very Romans was very built into that book and what it promoted, and so that made me really interested in what like the rest of Romans said. So I've been reading through that, and I really enjoy how it directly states many like real world issues we have today. Like so many issues that the Romans had back then are still prominent today in this age, and it really just gives you really just upfront and very direct yes and no's to these issues. So I've been learning a lot through that.
Yeah, it's a good book of the Bible. Is there anything you'd like to share with people watching before we end the podcast?
I think just share one thing that I learned so far about evangelizing is that you can evangelize to pretty much anyone you know. Like, you don't have to walk up to them and instead do you know Jesus? It can just come from a normal conversation. Like today, right before this, I was getting a haircut, and me and my barber were just talking about summer plans, and I mentioned going to a Christian camp, explaining how, and in this camp it taught you how to defend your faith, and that led into like a whole 15-minute conversation about faith versus the world. So you can, I think, just a good thing to keep in mind is just there's always an opportunity to spread the word.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for being on the podcast. We will see you guys next week for week 4 of the Summer Intern podcast. And yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.